Hey everyone, and welcome to another Mindful Monday practice. So a weekly practice of really pragmatic, practical, easy to do mindfulness practices that enable us to come into the moment. So mindfulness for me is about not spending our time worrying and mithering about what's gone in the past, nor what-ifing and fretting into the future about what we even don't know is coming yet. So mindfulness is about coming to the moment. Now, you'll have to bear with me. I'm doing the first of a full body one. I've got no idea if I've set the camera up right at all. I feel like when I step back, I look a bit like an Oompa Loompa, but we're going to go with it. So this is one of my favourite ones. I'll stand in to begin with. Good for you to be standing for this one, I think. You can do it sitting. I have done it with a workshop of people, all sat on their bottoms. So it is possible to do it sitting, but I think there's something about standing up and doing it, which is... what is it? It's a bit more, makes you feel a little bit more alive than it does sitting down. So this is called the stress hotspots, and it's one of my favourite ones. So I'm really excited to be sharing it with you. So the first thing to do is to find your centre. So if you are standing up, make sure that your feet are on the ground. It'd be weird standing on one leg, but make sure your feet are on the ground and you've got your feet hip width apart. You want to be preferably in flat shoes. So if you've got heels on, kick them off, get barefoot, even better. And just stand in a relaxed position. So just allow your hips to kind of drop in, find your center. Take a deep breath. So we're going to start doing from the top of the head, and we're going to work our way down through what I call the stress hotspots. So the first one is here, this one here. The amount of stress we put here when we do this, stress, scowling, this creates tension, this feeling. So the first thing we need to do is locate in your mind this point here, your Buddha point between your eyebrows. And what I want you to do is to see if you can create as much space as possible between your two eyebrows. Might feel funny, but it's actually really interesting. Just paying attention to, oh yeah, I've got a bit of stress there. It's also great for your wrinkles. So, save you a lot of money on facials. So the first point, this point between your eyebrows. So just give yourselves a second to keep breathing and allow the space to separate out. So moving down the body to the next position. The next position is here, our jaws. Oh, look, I look so attractive doing this. This is one of my worst spots. The jaw area. I carry so much tension. Probably all those things that I've got on the tip of my tongue that I want to say to people that I don't, and then I hold it in my jaw. So it's really good to just give your jaw a wriggle around, left, right, up, down, and you can massage. So this mandibular joint here, so here you can feel it. It's really easy. There's a dip as you go over the bottom of your jaw. Get your fingers in there and give it a really good jiggle around. And even better still if you're doing this outside and people are thinking, what the hell are you doing? So that's the second point. So between the eyebrows, work our way down the face, through the jaw. The next is the neck. And last week we did a great mindfulness practice just about loosening up the neck in itself. But for this one, the challenge is just about thinking about your shoulders. So we want to make sure you're not wearing your shoulders as earrings. So for this, what we're looking for is to create more space between the bottom of your ear and your shoulder. So the shoulders down, the ears up. Impossible to do physically, but you get the metaphor. So try and create as much space as you can between the bottom of your ears and your shoulders. And you might want to just give them a little wriggle off. Give them a little shake. Let them come down. One of the things I notice with my shoulders is it's like I'm trying to guard my heart, so they curve forward. So I'm constantly thinking about, how do I create space here? How do I create more space and more openness here? So that's the next one. So between the eyebrows, into the jaw, neck and shoulders. What's next? Belly. This is a funny one. Nobody likes this one. So with the belly, what we want you to do is let it hang out. Just let the belly out. That's what we want you to do. We spend a lot of time walking around, holding our belly in. And what we want to do is just give yourself permission to just go, oh, and let the belly out. So the belly and gut health is really important. I'll talk more about that another time. So even physically, just thinking about how much tension you might be carrying there, paying attention to it and then letting it go. So letting it go. So eyebrow, jaw, shoulders, belly. Next one is the hips. Another one, this is another bad one for me. I carry a lot of tension in my hips. A lot of emotional stress for me goes into my hips. I become a bit rigid, and then I find it quite hard to unlock somewhere. So again, this one's a really easy one where you just do a little dance. Get some movement in there. You can do this while you're sitting on a chair if you want. Lift one hip up, lift the other hip up. Do Shakira hips, do circles, whatever you want. Just get a bit of wriggly room going into your hips. So eyebrows, jaw, neck, belly, hips, and the next thing is your legs. If you've been solid in your hips, it's likely that you're going to be solid in your legs somewhere as well. The knees are another good joint. So just think about the two joints, your knees and your ankles, and you might just want to give them a little wiggle. And in some ways, because we're working from the head down, it's good to make sure that you flick off any energy that you've released. And that's another good way of waking up what might be stuck in your knees and your ankles. So recap, eyebrow, spread them out. Jaw, give it a wriggle or a massage. Shoulders, try and create space from the ear to the shoulders and open up your chest. Belly, let it all flop out. Yay! Hips, give them a wriggle and then shake off through your knees and your feet. That is the Stress Hotspots Mindful Monday practice. Hope you've enjoyed it. Drop me a comment if you have. Let me know what more you want. See you next week.